Hi, this is Aneta, the owner of Cross-Stitch Vienna, a Gothic cross-stitch pattern store. In a true Cross-Stitch Vienna fashion, I come to you freshly woken up, scruffy, unbothered, makeup free, and also sick. I have the sniffles. Maybe you can hear the congestion in my voice. I was gallivanting in very windy Budapest last week, and I think it was just too cold. It was really, really windy. I don't know what happened. It was sunny, but it was windy. So I was wearing my rain jacket to protect myself from the wind, but in the end I came back and I already started feeling the sniffles forming, but fear not, for the Flosstube must go on. I know last week I did not manage to record one, but I come with gifts in this Flosstube number 9. Flosstube number 9. And I'm also wearing a very cool t-shirt. Look. This is an eyeball t-shirt from the Slash movie festival that had its opening last Thursday. And as soon as I saw that t-shirt, the eyeball t-shirt, I mean, the mother of Creepy Cross-Stitch Collective had to get it. Hello. So I got it. Slash Movie Festival, it's a Vienna-based horror movie festival, which I really love and like going to. They had Kickstarter campaign going on, and one of the perks of contributing was t-shirts and tickets to the opening, which we got and went. It was very cool. So today's Flosstube is actually, there are not going to be any finishers or whips, because I have something more interesting to tell you. Like I mentioned, I was in Budapest last week, and it was half holiday, half work time. And the first 2 days when I was there, I visited cross-stitch stores, and I visited, in fact, how many stores? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different cross-stitch stores. And I created a guide to cross-stitch stores, local cross-stitch stores in Budapest for you. If you're a customer, you can now log in and explore my short history of Hungarian cross-stitch and also recommendations for each store and what you can find in each store. I marked which ones are selling DMC, which ones are selling Anchor. You will see that it's a mixed bag. But there are many, many other brands that you can buy in Budapest, because as I found out, and I am not a person that remembers things. I think we have established that multiple times on this channel. I have the worst memory. So I remembered that Hungary had very recognizable embroidery style, but I didn't know that cross-stitch and Hungarian cross-stitch has such rich history in different regions of the country. So we have, I'm going to mispronounce things all over the place, so please do not cancel me. We have Bereg or Beregi cross-stitch, that's from the northeastern parts of Hungary. There is the Szekely Varotas or Varotas or Zinor embroidery, which is practiced by tailors from the region of or place that's called Hertelendy-Falvi. And it sounds absolutely magical. I want to go. And there is also the Kalotaszek embroidery, which is a name of the region in Transylvania. And there's a lot of Trans-Danubian embroidery. And there is something very cool, because as I was researching Hungarian embroidery, I came across a website that's listing a lot of free charts the website is listing the charts by region. So you can really explore different styles. The charts are for free. So if you would like to try your hand at Hungarian embroidery, Hungarian cross-stitch specifically, you can go to the guide and find the link there, or you can go to the ultimate list of free cross-stitch charts article, which I update monthly, and search for Hungarian cross-stitch Hungarian embroidery on that page, and there are 2 links added. And just explore what these sites have to offer, because there is plenty, honestly, plenty to choose from. I'm tempted. I really love the look of Hungarian textiles, stitch embroidery textiles. So that's the short intro. And what I am going to show you today is my Budapest cross-stitch haul. So I went to 8 different stores, and I came with an open wallet, I tell you. So I'm going to open a spreadsheet now, and I'm going to type up, because I haven't actually tallied all of the receipts that I have here, so I don't even know how much I spent in total, but we'll find out together. So in Hungary you paid in forints, and 1 forint right now, forint to euro, 1 forint right now is 0.0026 euros. So let us create a formula. Perfect. So let's start. I'm going to start by putting all the stuff I bought right in front of me. Perfect. Yeah, so let's start with the stores that I visited. So the first one, Messebolt. So if you like cross-stitch kits, full coverage kits, this is the place to go. I almost bought myself a cross-stitch kit. I had never stitched full coverage cross-stitch, and I was so tempted because there were so many. The store is tiny actually. When you come in, it's like 3 rooms, moderately sized rooms. On the right you have fabrics and also towers of puppets and DMC thread, and in the middle of the middle room and on the left you have all of the kits. I spent ages just looking through the available charts, and I almost bought 2. But I talked myself out of that, because while I really liked them, none of them really made my heart beat faster. So I think for the first project, I really would like something that makes me really excited. What I did buy though is the golden DMC needles. So these are 24 karat golden DMC needles. They come in pack of 4. They are size 22, and they cost me 1,190 forints, which translates to 3 euros 10. So that was my first purchase in the store. The second purchase was plastic canvas, and a shout out to Irina from Rainbow Haze shop, who had planted the idea of stitching on plastic canvas. These are 14 count. So 14 count plastic canvas is actually not so easy to find, and I was very happy that I came across these 2. And I bought all that they had, so they only had 2 sheets, and each sheet was 1,125. So if we make it 2, So that makes each sheet roughly €3. So I paid €6 for both. Very happy. And honestly, if I ever go back to Budapest, I will stop by Messebolt and I will buy a kit because they were very pretty, and there were some traditional ones. I kind of really wanted a traditional one to put on my wall, but they also had some very pretty dragon themed one. They had like this raccoon eating apples, which was super cute, and they had some Halloween mice, and yeah, they were very cute. The second store that I went to was not that far away from Messebolt, so that was I'm going to mispronounce but the names of the stores, but I'm going to give it a try. That was Hobbyművész, and that's a hobby store that will sell you paints, canvases, painting canvases. It will help you frame them. It will help you get pastels, pencils, sculpting equipment, and they also have so that's the ground floor, and on the first floor they have fabric, they have embroidery corner, and they have beads and like jewelry making stuff. So I headed to the first floor, and that's the store where I actually got interested in puppets. Puppets is thread made in Hungary, and I had never heard about them before. And as I saw them in the store, I thought, okay, maybe they are like a traditional, like an alternative to DMC, right? And they were in the sale basket, and each skein, how many did I buy? I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each skein was 195. And 185, that was 50 cents. So in total, I paid €5 for 9 skeins. I should get a reward for resisting to buy more, honestly. It was a valiant deed. Really. But what's interesting, I asked the lady, the seller there, what was the reason that they were selling the threads so cheaply. And she didn't speak English very well, but she tried to explain it to me that the German manufacturer closed, that they went bankrupt. So that's where they were selling the threads. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. And I started looking into puppets, and turns out that puppets is owned by Messcrafts, which is a company that used to own Anchor. And that Anchor, Puppets, and Domino, that were 3 brands in the portfolio, the embroidery brands in the portfolio of Messcrafts, were sold to DMC in 2023 for an undisclosed amount. And that press release that announces this sale was not available online anymore. I found it on Internet Archive. And it said essentially that Messcrafts wanted to turn towards wool, towards knitting and crochet. So they sold the brands to DMC. They still retain the management, the production, handling invoices and orders, but the DMC was the actual owner of these brands, and they were also committing to 12 months of knowledge exchange. So the DMC eventually can probably take over the production and everything involved. But the problem is, and that's also I found from snippets of information across different websites in German and Hungarian, that Messcrafts Hungary lent money to Messcrafts Germany. So they were the German division got a loan from their Hungarian division, millions of forints, and they never repaid it. They had issues with paying the employees in one of the factories in Germany. And then the Hungarian division also had issues paying employees in their local thread factory. The thread factory that I'm talking about, the one in Hungary, apparently was a 100 years old factory that was founded by the company Mess. And they were relying on them to keep them alive. So there were a lot of issues, apparently lots of mismanagement going on, no clarity about the salaries of the managers of Mess crafts. And in an article from 2025 in a German newspaper, I learned that also the one of the thread factories in Germany that was supplying Mess crafts, Germany was now needing to file for bankruptcy. So it's an interesting topic. I want to do a write-up on my website just so I get my head around the issue, because it's not clear to me whether the German division was first or the Hungarian one. I feel based on what I read, it's really logically it should be the Hungarian one, but I think the German division was more active. If you look at the social media of the Mess Crafts Germany, they had stopped posting last year in July 2024, but on Facebook and Instagram, but they restarted posting on their LinkedIn page of all places. And the posts on the LinkedIn page are a little bit, I'm gonna say weird, because they have this like very self-important, we are back, you cannot stop us vibe. There's also some self-blaming and mea culpa instances. And they are written in a very interesting way. And majority of them have images generated in ChatGPT, which really surprised me, because as a company with such long history, surely you have an image of a real person knitting with your products. So it's an interesting case. I look forward to digging into it. The last thing that I bought at that store, it's a stencil. It's a Halloween stencil. I saw it and I was like, you know what, actually I want to try to do 2-color dye on the next batch of my hand-dyed linen and cloth when I get around to it. And it would be cool to actually try the stencil. So I bought one that had some bats and the witch and the crow and some grays, because we love grays here at Cross Stitch Vienna. So that cost me 1,360. 103,060, which comes up to 350. So that's what I want to try. Actually, that wasn't the last item that I bought at the hobby store. I lied. I am so sorry. My brain. And the last item that I actually bought in the fabric section was this very beautiful linen, soft gray linen, which I cannot get enough of. I have not seen this particular color anywhere I've been to physical stores. You can easily buy a white, black, beige, like cream color. That's not a problem, but different shades, especially such a gentle gray color, I have not seen that anywhere. So this is Belfast 32 count 100% linen, and that cost me $8.50. This pack is 30 by 46 centimeters, and I look forward to stitching on it. It's really pretty, very soft. So that was it for this particular store. The next store I went to, it's quite small. It's called Burda-Verena Stúdió. And it's, in terms of inventory, so you will get a lot of Prym items. They had a whole wall filled with Prym products. And that's where I got the thread wax. I decided I'm gonna try it because I'm stitching this one monochrome design using a lot of black thread, using very long threads, doing the Freddie Mercury of cross stitch, but it's all tangling up. So I'm gonna see if using a wax is going to help me keep the thread knot free. So that costs 1,060.90, and that's 440 according to my conversion. That's what I got. That store wasn't actually well equipped in terms of threads. They had some anchor threads, not the full range, only some. They had some Aida cloth and nice linen, but I didn't ask the lady because she didn't speak English. So if I were to go there again, I would come with my conversation or a list of things I already need in Hungarian. One thing that I really like is that they had small booklets with Hungarian embroidery and cross-stitch patterns, and I think that if I wanted to buy some souvenirs, I would definitely go to the store. So they were very cute. They were just a selection of very simple letters and florals and bird designs, and they looked really nice. Like, they just seem like a nice souvenir. The next store is in fact a chain of sewing supply stores, kind of like Yuzuvaya in Tokyo. It's called Röltex, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 locations in Budapest, like scattered on both Buda and Pest sites. What you will get there is Lucas threads. So there's another embroidery thread, cotton thread brand, Lucas, and also Venus. Let me see if I bought that actually. Yes. So Venus and Lucas. So if you want, I really like the feel of Lucas thread. It's really soft. Venus, it kind of reminds me of puppets. It's a bit sleeker. Like it just feels sleek. So I got one each to try because I love trying new threads. In these stores, you will get Prym. You will get sometimes I saw puppets. So is the stock varies at different locations, so I would say treat them like some locations that you want to go to just to check what they have, because they also have some cross-stitch kits, but it really varies. I think they have a lot of fabric, and they have embroidery hoops, they have scissors, like all the basic stuff that you need for starting to cross-stitch. For specific DMC threads, there are 3 stores in Budapest that I really recommend, which is Messebolt, Creative Hobby West End, and this one I'm going to mispronounce, Varok Centrum. So these are the 3 stores that have DMC, and I'm not saying just the regular cotton thread mulling special. They have colorists, they have color variation, they have light effects, they have everything. Messebolt also has the DMC pearl, I think. So that's what they are calling their like the premium pearl cotton range. If you wanted to try that. The next store is not on the list, but I'm going to mention it because it helped me. Hold on. I forgot to log these. So where is my receipt? Let's see. Expert. I have so many. There you go. So I bought 2 of Lucas threads. So one was 260. 260. €1.35, And then the Venus. I have too many receipts. I lost the receipt. I've lost the receipt. I am absolutely mortified. Let's just say it's the same. It's not going to be much difference because they are very similar brands. So let's do 2. So for 5 skeins, I paid €3.38. So that's Röltex for you. Again, Röltex stock differs by location, so you need to check. The next store is not on the list because it's technically not a cross-stitch store, but I'm going to mention it here because I really liked it. It was a sewing supply store that kind of reminded me of the stores that me and my dad used to go to, where I used to tag along when he was on his supply run. I mentioned that my parents had a seamstress workshop in Poland. And I got myself a Cone of Doom. This is not the Cone of Doom that DMC sells. There are 310 black cone. This is polyester, spun polyester by Coats. And I checked the weight, so I was standing there with my sample of the cross-stitch thread DMC 310, comparing the strands to the weight of this particular strand. The two ladies that were in the store were looking at me like I was about to lay eggs, but they didn't speak English. And I don't speak Hungarian. But this was the closest that I found to 2 strands of DMC, so one thread from this cone corresponds to 2 strands of DMC, which I was fine with because black is black. And I got this at Tritex, so this is a sewing supply store. This cost me 4,050 forints, and that is €10.50. So I got this for €10.50, and I'm going to use it for a project where I have a lot of monochrome, like so only black. Obviously, I'm fine with it. I think that it will be so much easier, and also polyester does not fray as much as cotton. I'm fine with it, honestly. I think it's the best purchase of the whole trip. I'm very excited about it. And the other 2 things that I bought there were 2 packs of needles, just regular needles. So I bought them as photography props for my product shots. This particular design, so like this roses in a basket, so you will see it in many Polish households because that's what they sell in local needlework supply stores. It has a metallic needle threader and a selection of regular needles, different sizes for mending, for sewing, and this is pretty much the same, just as a bigger packaging. But I really love this one. It looks really retro, so that's why I bought them for my photo props. So this is 250 forints plus 215, and that brings me to 121 for both. The store that I really like, and I also consider it a cross-stitch heaven, was in a small shopping center, West End. The store is called Creative Hobby West End, and there are 2 creative hobbies on that floor. There's one that's dedicated to like sewing, hand crafts, knitting, crocheting, and there's the second one that has more like a DIY home decoration, I think also drawing, whatnot. So if you go to the wrong one, they will tell you where to find the sewing center. But what I bought there, they have a tower of DMC thread. You can get really anything that you need for your cross stitch. They also had puppets, threads. Basically great supply. But what I got there, again, more plastic canvas, and this one actually was slightly more expensive than the two canvases I got in Messebolt, because the other two canvases, one was 1,125 forints and this one is 1,390 per sheet. So they're the same brand, and then I got 4, so I will add them. So I paid 15 euros for 4 sheets of plastic canvas. Again, shout out to Irina, it's your fault. The next store that I went to is my absolute favorite, and the reason is they had the biggest selection of cross-stitch tools that I have seen anywhere. And when I say cross-stitch tools, I mean Clover, Bohin, and also DMC and Prym. This store is my mecca, honestly. This store is the best. It's called Varogep Centrum, and it had everything. So it had DMC. I got 2 colors, 2 DMC skeins that I was missing for one of my projects. I got Madeira thread, which I had never seen before. I've heard about it, but I have never seen it. So I got red and variegated green. So the red one is 511, the number of the thread, and the variegated one is 2409. So I wanted to try them because I had never seen them in the flesh, so to speak, and I love trying new threads. So the Madeira threads, one Madeira thread pack was 250. So that's €1.30 for both. 65 cents each. Then I got DMC. Which was also 250 each. The other things that I got there are needles, because you never have enough needles. So I got pony, but I don't remember how. I lost the receipt. That's unfortunate. I'm just gonna give it the same price as I paid for the DMC needles, because what am I to do? The other really cool things that I bought there was needle minders. from Bochin. Bochin is a French maker of sewing supplies. They have needles, they have like themed scissors. I think that most of the things that they have are just really colorful and fun, and this is part of their vintage collection. So they have 3 needle minders. There is the Singer style needle minder. There's the thread bobbin with a needle in very funky colors, and there is like a mannequin that tailor's mannequin, so you can get that also at this particular store. So I got 2 because they're very cute, and the magnets seem very strong as well, so they are they just look really fancy. You don't have enough needle minders. The purchase that I'm really excited about is this little bird. So this is a needle threader and needle cutter bird. So let me unpack it. So here at the beak, it has the needle threader. So it has like this tiny hook at the top. And here, between the neck and the wing, it has the needle cutter. I'm trying to focus it, so I'm doing the YouTuber hand. And what I really love about it is that it has space to attach the bird to something. I love clover needle threaders, and in that particular store they had every imaginable clover needle threader, including the antique looking and also the needle cutter pendants. But the needle threaders, the antique looking ones, they don't have space to, they don't have a ring keyring hook, so you can't really attach them to anything. I love this bird. How cute is this, honestly? How genius. Absolutely genius. Best purchase, honestly. And I also got myself some thread cutters because I have wanted thread cutters. They're actually special thread nippers according to the packaging. So this is by Madeira. And I was choosing between these ones and Clover black, very slim thread snips. But I've decided that I wanted one that had this guard and handle to be able to hold them comfortably. They remind me of thread cutters that we had in my parents' seamstress workshop. They were metal and they had a plastic casing, but these ones are full metal ones, which I really liked. Let's see. One bohin needle minder was 2,590. So that's 673. And then we have the bird needle threader and cutter. It's literally called Le Needle Bird. Let's see. Needle threaders. So, yes, colibris. So that's 1,951. So that's €4.13. And the thread snips, they were most expensive, I believe, because they were 8,490. So these were €22. And the final item that I purchased from the store was the DMC printed Aida. I don't really stitch on DMC printed stuff because the stuff that I saw, it was the most colorful one was this like blue swirly thing, which I didn't really like. But this reminded me of the Japanese cherry blossoms, and it has this like really nice pale printed flowers in the back, and it looks extremely cute. So I wanted to do a Japanese themed chart at some point. This is 14 count printed Aida, and I thought it would be nice. And they had these ones in different colors ones. I don't know how many different printed Aidas TMC offers right now, but yeah, I just really like the look of it, so I got it. And this was 3,590. So that's €9.33. The last store isn't really a cross-stitch store, it's a tapestry store. So another needle fiber arts that Hungary is known for is gobelins, so tapestry. And there's this little tiny store that sells canvases, gobelin tapestry canvases that are hand painted. So I went there with the goal of getting a small one and maybe stitching it, called Balázs Kézimunka, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. The lady that was minding the store at the time, she did not speak English, but she did speak a little bit of German, so we did communicate. And I got myself 2 canvases. This one is hand painted, and I was going to stitch it, but then I started looking at how beautiful it is, and it just seems like a shame to stitch over it. So I'm thinking about framing it as it is. I know it sounds crazy, but I just really like the look of it. And the second one is also hand painted, and that's just cherries on a branch like this. So we have some apricots, I believe, and cherries, and I really, really love them. So these 2 are hand painted, and the store had beautiful, beautiful options. You could buy really large canvases. You could also get threads, because they were selling Angkor wool that's specifically for tapestry, and also puppets and some other I think coats threads that you could get there. So you can get your canvases and also the threads that you need to stitch them. I have enough thread at home, so I didn't really get any of the threads that were there on sale, but honestly, it's a beautiful, if you like to try a different hobby, needle arts hobby, something similar to cross stitch but not quite, it's cross stitch at a larger scale, because you need to use thicker threads, wool usually, and the canvases are absolutely gorgeous. They had really like traditional Hungarian styles. They had some landscapes, they had some animals, there was some zodiac signs. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So each was 990. So let's see, 990. So that's €2.57 each for a hand painted canvas like this. That's insane to me. That's absolutely insane to me. I would charge 10 times more, honestly. I think this is really, really good for all the stuff that I got. And I hope you enjoyed this cross-stitch haul. I hope you forgive me stumbling over my words. I'm still waking up. And to be honest, even though it was just last week, I forgot a lot of this stuff. So, but honestly, go to Budapest, enjoy yourself, eat delicious food, go to cross-stitch stores. So worth it. The guide is on the website if you want. And if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, I think it was a very cool adventure that I went on. And I hope you enjoyed this Flosstube. Do let me know if you have experience with any of the brands that I mentioned, so Puppet or Lucas Madeira. If you have any advice or if you want to share your experiences, please do. I'm very curious. I love trying new things, so I'm very excited about stitching with these different threads. And yeah, I hope that you will find the guide useful. See you next week. Bye.